He's taking a stand against loneliness. 39-year-old Filipe Garcia.
Our mission is to listen and to be with them.
Filipe and police officer Pedro Castanheira go door-to-door in Lisbon's Marvila quarter. They're doing rounds for the Radar Project, part of a European initiative in which the city and the police work together to combat loneliness among seniors.
We have an increasingly aging population. Families are smaller than they used to be and scattered apart. Many people work abroad, far from where they grew up. That's why so many families are fragmented.
The Radar Project reports that a third of Lisbon's seniors, about 45,000 people, are at risk of loneliness.
I feel very lonely. I'm all by myself.
500,000 people call Lisbon home. The capital also hosts millions of tourists. They're part of the problem, but more on that later. Back to Filipe and Pedro. They're visiting citizens over 65 today.
We're from the Radar Project and wanted to ask if we can offer you support with any problems you might have.
Everything's fine for now.
Officer Castanheira comes along to the home visits for security reasons, but that's not all.
Our main focus is on serious situations like isolation, abuse, and criminal offenses, where the police are needed. But we also want our presence to lend credibility to the project.
Livia Pereira doesn't feel lonely because her granddaughter lives with her. But Filipe still tells her about the project just in case. She agrees that times have changed.
We used to meet out here and chat with everyone. We were all doing well. We didn't go into each other's apartments, but there was a stronger sense of community among the neighbors.
Now, tourism is worsening social isolation among locals as more and more homes are converted into short-term tourist rentals. The effects have not gone unnoticed at the Radar Project. Here in the Lumiar quarter, a converted cargo van is serving as a mobile drop-in center for seniors. Maria Gaia is on duty today. She sees the growing number of tourist apartments as a threat to community cohesion.
If your neighbor is a tourist, then they won't be staying for long. They want to go out, see the city, have a good time. They're not likely to concern themselves with any problems in the area.
75-year-old Olinda dos Santos is having her blood pressure and glucose checked. She lives alone and says she feels overwhelmed.
I've always been nervous. 2 years ago, I fell and I haven't gotten back on my feet since. I can't do anything anymore. Can't cook, can't take the bus. I have to take a cab.
In cases like hers, the project headquarters decides how best to provide support. Mario Rui André heads the project. His top priority is to foster greater solidarity in residential neighborhoods.
We need to work together with local businesses to create a network of supporters and volunteers who will help us identify isolated residents so we can respond appropriately to their needs.
In the Marvila quarter, the bakery staff will raise the alarm whenever they notice a resident is feeling lonely. Filipe is meeting with some of the neighbors. We ask what they think of the initiative.
The Radar Project should be even more firmly established.
Filipe sees the project as a starting point, but he also thinks the seniors should take matters into their own hands.
I think it would help if people built their own support networks, instead of just trusting that projects like this will continue into the future.
He knows that he too will have to build a support network to ward off loneliness when he grows old.